Admit it. You know that feeling when the world expects you to stay small. You lead a double life. In the real world, you are the quiet person in the corner of the meeting. You are the one who hesitates before making a simple phone call. You overthink your tone when you order coffee. You are careful. You are restrained. You blend in. But behind the screen, you are a warrior. And then something curious happens. You can spend 3 hours debating a stranger on Reddit. You are sharp. You are logical. You are even a little bit ruthless. You express opinions that would make your coworkers gasp. People look at this and say the online version of you isn't real. They say it is just a mask. But what if I told you that mask isn't what you think? What if that brave, straight-talking person hiding behind the digital curtain is the only version of you that is truly alive? Maybe this has happened to you too. Let's look at someone like Lena. Lena just spent 12 minutes staring at her phone. All she needed to do was reply okay to a group chat. She typed okay with a wavy dash, then deleted it. Too casual. She tried okay, too intense. She thought about sure, but it felt forced. Eventually, the pressure became too much. She closed the app and sent nothing at all. Fast forward to 2 o'clock in the morning. Lena is on a forum typing a 300-word post. She is dissecting her deepest feelings and analyzing complex ideas. She doesn't delete a single word. She doesn't hesitate. She hits send in one shot. In that moment, the anxiety is gone. The weight is lifted. Ever noticed how it feels easier to be yourself with strangers than people you see every day? Why does she feel more like herself with 1,000 strangers than she does with the people she sees every day? Then there is Mark. Mark's phone starts to ring. He looks at the screen, and his heart sinks.
To him, that ringing sound isn't a friend calling, it's an intruder. He watches the phone vibrate. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. He waits for it to stop. As soon as the silence returns, he feels safe again. He immediately opens a message and sends a perfectly timed, hilarious GIF. He writes, "Sorry, I was busy, what's up?" Here's the kicker. In a text box, Mark is charming. He is funny. He can talk about deep, meaningful topics for hours. But the moment the conversation becomes live, he feels like he is suffocating. Why does a real-time voice feel like a threat, while a blinking cursor feels like home?
Think about your own experience for a second. There is a psychological reason for all this. It starts with a simple truth. Real life is a live stream. Online life is an edit. When you are talking to someone face-to-face, you don't have a backspace key. You can't undo a stutter or take back an awkward look. There is no pause button. This creates a massive amount of social pressure. But here's what most people miss. The screen gives you something precious. It gives you a buffer. That small gap between reading and replying allows your brain to filter out the instinctive fear. You aren't necessarily becoming braver. You have just been given the privilege of thinking before you speak. Psychologists also talk about the online disinhibition effect. In the real world, your brain is constantly scanning the other person's face. You are looking for a raised eyebrow or a judgmental frown. These are social threat signals. When your brain sees them, your fear center, the amygdala, flares up. It tells you to be quiet. It tells you to stay safe. And here's something surprising. Those signals disappear online. You can't see the other person's eyes. Because you are blind to the threat, your fear center goes offline. The guards have left the building. And when the guards are gone, the version of you that has been locked away finally gets to speak. This brings us to the most uncomfortable truth of all. Many people will tell you that you are faking it online. They say the real you is the polite, quiet person they see at the office. Have you ever felt that yourself? But I want you to consider a different perspective. Reality is often the mask. Think about it. Your salary, your job title, your parents' expectations, and the judgment of your neighbors, these are chains. They shape you into a version of yourself that is careful and restrained. You have to be that person to survive the day. But in the private corners of the internet, where nobody knows your name or your history, those chains fall away. That version of you that is opinionated, bold, and slightly reckless, that isn't a character you are playing. That is your raw, unfiltered self. It is the self that hasn't been edited by the fear of consequences. Your online life isn't a fake world. It is a sanctuary for your true personality. It is a place where your thoughts can finally breathe without asking for permission. So please, stop feeling ashamed of your online courage. You know that little spark inside you? Don't tell yourself that you are only brave behind a keyboard. That confidence isn't a digital illusion. It is proof of what is already inside you. It is a glimpse of your potential. The real question isn't, why am I so loud online? The real question is, what is making me so quiet in person? If you can conquer a heated debate or share your soul with a stranger behind a screen, you already have that strength. You don't need to find courage. You already own it. You just need to figure out how to stop the world from making you hide it. And here's the reality check. If you can be a leader in the comments, you have the power to face that scary phone call in real life. You just have to realize that the person typing those words and the person standing in the room are the same hero. I want to leave you with a challenge. Ever imagine talking to your shy self? If you could send one message to the version of yourself that is currently hiding in real life, and you knew they would listen, what would you say? Would you tell them to stop apologizing? Would you tell them that their voice matters? Share your story in the comments. Tell me about a time you were brave online, but held back in person. Let's see how powerful the people behind these screens really are.